in the frame.
Oh, I can't see it. Yes.
Okay. So, uninsured motorist coverage. If you're hit by an uninsured motorist, they're protecting you at $18 every 6 months. Probably the best money you ever spent. Problem is, if you are actually injured seriously, that you could go after somebody, but they fled the scene or didn't have insurance, there's a reason they're uninsured. They're uncollectible.
Right. They don't have anything.
They don't have anything. So you're taking the risk, and if you're going to have any kind of, and quite honestly, going from $18 up to $500,000, which is the most we can get, is going to cost us maybe $5.
Wow.
$5. So maybe $1 a month. Okay?
Sounds worth it.
It's very worth it. Now here's the thing. There's another one. Let's say I'm in the Hummer. I rear end you. You break both of your legs, and what? I do have insurance, but I've got your policy. It's exactly like yours right now. Your medical bills are covered. Your vehicle's covered. But who are you going to sue? You're going to sue me for your pain and suffering.
Correct.
Now, how much is your injury worth? More or less than $100,000?
Oh, it would be more.
Correct. However, my policy limits to $100,000.
So that's all you can get. That's all you
Very
can sue
possible.
for? Yeah.
That's all I could. That's all. Maybe that's all I have. $100,000 and I'm uncollectible,
Oh, I see.
or you could put me on a garnishment or whatever, right? I'm not an uninsured driver. I have insurance.
Right.
I didn't have enough insurance to protect you. Enter now underinsured motorist coverage. Underinsured motorist. So what this says is if the person that injured you doesn't have enough insurance to protect you for that pain and suffering kind of claim, you can go to your own policy and they will pay for the difference.
Okay.
So if they've got $100,000 and you've got $100,000, still not enough. Look how much it is. $3. To go to $500,000, it might be $4.
No kidding.
$1. Would you like this?
Yes.
Absolutely you would. So now you understand what uninsured motorist coverage does.
Yes.
It protects you against those people that didn't have insurance that you have a right to make a claim against them for. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And the claim is not for your vehicle, and it's not for your medical bills, because we know where those are covered, correct?
Right.
No exceptions. It is for your pain and suffering for those people that had insurance, but not enough, or they didn't have any insurance at all.
Okay.
And you had one of these 3 types of horrible injuries. Okay?
Okay.
So now, the rest is easy to fill in. We've got property damage. Basically, that protects, it's $100,000 per occurrence. Now, you can't increase it and you can't decrease it. That's the way it is in the state of Michigan.
Okay.
So actually, that's not true. I misspoke. That's for if you leave the state of Michigan, you have $100,000 of property damage coverage. In other words, if you damage someone's property and you're responsible to pay it, then you have $100,000 worth of coverage outside of the state of Michigan. Inside of the state of Michigan, and I don't see it on here, there it is, it's property protection coverage, or in a lot of cases it's called property protection insurance, or PPI, instead of the PIP up here. That's $1 million worth of coverage inside the state of Michigan.
Okay.
So don't go run into the Rensen and knock it over or something.
Won't cover it.
But I'm guessing you're probably going to be fine with $1 million. When you leave the state of Michigan, if you damage someone's vehicle and it's a tort state, which means it's not no fault, it's who's at fault pays, you have $100,000 protecting you for damage that you might have done to someone's vehicle.
Okay.
Okay? So probably going to be just fine. This one I believe you can increase $100,000, and it's $2, so you could go up to $500,000, and it might be $2.40.
Okay.
But I'm not as concerned about that coverage. I'm more concerned about those that protect you. Well, let's now just take the remainder in order as they pop up. Bodily injury, we know what that is.
Right.
That is, if you get sued for injuring someone with one of these three kinds of injuries. Property damage, that's once you leave the state of Michigan,
Okay.
those coverages that protect those, it's coverage for outside of the state of Michigan for damage to other people's property. We have personal injury protection coverage, or PIP for short. That is medical bills, your medical bills. No exception. Okay, this personal injury protection coordination, basically you can get a discount if you carry insurance and your insurance picks up auto accidents.
Oh, I see.
So they can charge you a lesser rate. So that's actually whether or not you qualify for a discount.
Okay.
Work loss increase, it's not anything that you would be, nobody ever covers it, and if you want we can go and do a dissertation about it, but it's irrelevant. Property protection coverage, we talked about that. That is the coverage for property that you damage inside the state of Michigan. You run into someone's house, it catches fire. Collision, we know what that is. Other than collision, aka comp, we know what that is. Uninsured motorist, those people that you have the right to make a claim against for the injuries that they incurred upon you, but they didn't have insurance or they fled the scene.
Okay.
That protects you against them. And then underinsured motorist, those people that did have insurance that injured you but didn't have enough to cover you properly. Okay? And then mini tort. Remember me saying if you don't cover your vehicle, you can still get up to $500?
Yes.
Well, if you damage someone else's car, they can still come to you,
I see.
either for their deductible or up to $500.
Okay.
Well, for $4 every 6 months, the insurance company will pay that for you. You don't have to come up with it personally.
Okay.
Okay? You can get towing and labor and all the other things that we talked about. There is one fee down here that's the same for every insurance company in the state. There's no way people see this. That's your policy. I like how they put it, statutory assessment. It is a state mandated amount. We can't increase it, can't decrease it, can't get rid of it. A lot of companies, it's the Michigan Catastrophic Claims Association. Basically, it's a fund that anyone that's injured seriously, their medical bills are astronomical. After a certain point, happens to be $250,000, it goes on to the state, and the state will cover you for the rest of your life. So, everybody, every individual vehicle pays into that fund every 6 months. Currently, that fee is $76.
Okay.
I like statutory assessment because when it says on the policy, MCCA, which of course, again, is the Michigan Catastrophic Claims Association, people, well, I don't want that coverage. Well, I wish I could get rid of it for you, but I can't. So that's one of those we can't increase, can't decrease. It is what it is. Excuse me. So now let's put these coverages in order.
Okay, one question.
Yeah.
$100,000 or $300,000 per occurrence.
Yes. And if you read here, you have $100,000 protecting for each individual person. So let's look at bodily injury. Someone sues you. You hit a busload of children. I'm just making this up. But you hit a busload of... Well, how about you? My sister. She has 6 kids.
Okay.
You have an actual accident. It wasn't on purpose, but you go through a red light and you broadside my sister's van. You injure 7 people. My sister and her 6 children. You'd only have $100,000 protecting any one of those people. That's the max any one of them can get from your policy.
Okay.
So Taylor could get $100,000, Kiri could get $100,000, and Boone could get $100,000, and then my sister and the other 3 kids, nothing left.
Because it's $300 per occurrence.
Right, because there's only per occurrence. Now it could be 50, 50, 50, 50.
Okay.
Until you
they're
get
only going to pay up to $300,000.
That is it. And that's the same thing here. If you're my sister, you have $100,000 on your uninsured and underinsured motorist